Week 14 podcast, and folks, how sweep it is. Volume 1. The Toronto Blue Jays just swept the 2005 World Series champs and the Chicago White Sox. I was waiting to say that. Avery, how we feeling?
Good. Did our jobs for these couple days. Okay, can't be mad about that. It's not shouting from the rooftops. The B word is not ready to be used. That was a mandatory 3-game series win, and it happened. Scored some runs today. Yep. I'd like to see a little more off Chris Flexen, but there's the pulse. We're starting. It's a heartbeat.
It's an uphill battle.
The heartbeat is there. So
hey, RGM says the darkest hour has 60 minutes.
It does.
And we have went through the darkest hour. That's really, really true. RGM.
Like, I really hope we've gone through the darkest hour.
Yeah. I don't want it to get worse because I've been pinning a lot of tweets of people saying that the Jays are going to win 83 games. A certain reporter for TSN said that. I have bookmarked it just to kind of just to do my due diligence.
We're keeping tabs.
Keeping tabs. People saying to trade.
I thought the team was going to win 89 games.
Yeah, somewhere in between there.
That's what I said.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, just the vibes are high, man. It's hard to gauge it because you beat one of the worst teams I've ever seen in my life who have some of the worst at-bats I've ever seen in my life. I don't know how it's possible to be a White Sox fan right now. Like, I pray to God the Jays don't get to that because they don't really have any prospects and they just stink.
They've got a couple. So they drafted Jacob Gonzalez out of Ole Miss as the first rounder a couple years ago. Colson Montgomery's pretty good. And that's about the extent of my knowledge of White Sox prospects. So it's not great. They have a top 100 guy, but the direction, like if you're a fan, because the team was good a couple of years ago with good pieces, right? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you're going downhill right now. It kind of sucks as a spot.
Very downhill. Very downhill. But before we go into the series and all that type of stuff, let's go into some stuff that I did want to talk about. The Ryan McMahon talk. What a nothing burger, idiotic quote from John Morosi. Everyone's interested in Ryan McMahon, okay? Everyone is interested in Ryan McMahon. He is a good player who rakes, who has tons of years of control. Of course, there is teams interested in Ryan McMahon. Of course there is. Are the Jays going to trade for him? Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah, Ryan McMahon has an AAV 11.7 million. He has a conditional opt-out after 2025 and 2026, but he'd be a free agent in 2028. So he's still signed to a big deal. Yeah, of course, the Blue Jays are interested in Ryan McMahon. I'm sure they're interested in Aaron Judge and Juan Soto too. And I'm sure they're looking for Mason Miller. And I'm sure they're looking for a great starting pitcher. Why would he ever come out and say that?
Well, he tries to do that little piece to bring up the ratings for the fan. Because he was going on Blake's show, Blue Jays Talk Plus. And I'm assuming he said that to be like, oh, we got something to talk about on the radio now. Because that's a nothing burger. I don't think that will ever happen, to be honest.
I know.
With you.
Like how? Okay. Like, let's think about. That's a go all in type move, right?
Yeah. I think it starts with a Relvis.
Exactly. That's where it starts with, and no one off like the active roster really. If you look at his career splits, you just do home and away. Ryan McMahon is a 267 hitter at Coors Field, and he hits 224 on the road. So, like, anyone with two eyes and a fucking right hand is scrolling on Fangraphs and finding that information.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's like.
I'd rather have a Relvis at this point. You know, let's just have the hope for Relvis Martinez. Let's see where he's at. But yeah, there was a nothing thing. I
think it's the biggest nothing burger of all time.
Yeah, it's just I don't even know why I brought it up, but it was all over Twitter. I was getting tagged and it DM'd about it. They were commenting it on our stream, so I had to bring it up. But the next thing I wanted to discuss, the City Connects. Before we go into the actual City Connects, I wanted to address us not being invited there to the reveal party. There's no ill will about it. I did not expect us to be invited.
We need to do this
It
for like
sucks because
5 more years, maybe, to
it
think we should get.
sucks, I will say, because not to pump our own tires, but a lot of the younger audience that is watching the Toronto Blue Jays probably is watching us. Like I think we could have covered that the best content wise. I think we could have.
For our audience. I think we would do a good job no matter what we did.
Yeah.
So
I just
and
think
nothing's ever handed to you.
no, exactly. And we
They're
just got to
handed to
keep
us.
working our dick off for it. We got to keep working our dick off for it.
And our combatants to not being invited is we'll just leak every time we can do it. So if you don't want the leaks to come out,
you put the word in on us.
yeah, you tell us and
Yeah,
you come to the party.
I wasn't as sad as some content creators, I would say, but listen, we're the number 3 podcast. We're the number 1 independent baseball podcast in Canada. That's just facts. That's what the charts say. That's what the numbers say. It sucks, but at the end of the day, we're still going to have fun doing the shit that we do. Would it have been hilarious for us to cover it and be in the same room as like Sid Sixero and Mike Wilner? Sure. It would have been hilarious. But
I love creating jersey content.
Yes.
So
it's fun.
Happy to do this here in our part.
Yeah.
One day, man. You know what? Keep working hard.
The next city connects.
Yeah, keep our head down. In 3
And I know
years,
our listeners, I know our cult-like listeners will get mad about it, but I've already had some tweets directed at me where it's like it's bullshit.
I do have something to say for our listeners. For some stupid reason, I'll never do this again. I typed in Gate 14 on Reddit, and sometimes I forget that like this is real life, that like actual people listen to this. It's not just numbers all the time. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who listens.
No, seriously.
I love you guys. Anyone who listens, you don't have to like me. You don't have to like us. I always like it when you like us more, but sincere thank you to everyone who listens.
Yeah, and that's a
appreciate
good point. That's a good point, Avery, because when you and I are looking at the numbers and the thousands and thousands of people that listen, they're just numbers to me. Like it's just, it's just numbers. And not to be like, it's hard for us to gauge like thousands and thousands and thousands of people are listening to what we say. Like, it's like you don't really put it to reality when you're just doing it. You're just refreshing a page to see the download numbers. And I want to piggyback off that. I Googled the Reddit as well. And there was tons of nice comments and tons of people that were saying that we weren't for them because we're fratty or we just talk about getting drunk and all that type of stuff. That's just what we're doing. And that's our life, man. Like, that's why I feel like people gravitate towards us. Just the people that come up to us, the insane amount of just positive messages we get daily, and the people that like just diehard Gate 14 people. I truly am grateful. Like I've said this I've said this early on. Like it's literally changed my life. It's gave me a purpose, and it's truly just looking back on it. I still can't really comprehend it, but we're still going to keep going and keep grinding. And if you don't like us, but you respectfully don't like us, and you say we're not for you, that's fine. Like we're not for everyone, and that's what I have to realize. That's something I kind of get caught up in. Not to go deep here, but the people that don't like us now are never going to like us, which is fine. The people that hate us are never going to like us. So I always caught myself trying to appease the people. Is that the word, appease?
Yeah, that works.
Try to appease the people that hate us. And that's just like a dumb mindset, because the bigger we get and as big as we are now, there's people that are going to hate us. And that's just the harsh reality of it. Not everyone's going to like us. And what I've been doing is focusing more on the people that like us and just like responding to DMs, responding to tweets, trying to do my best with that. So I just want to say, like what Avery was saying, man, I truly do love you guys, man. Maybe it's the emotion, how emotional we are from when sweeping a series, but that Reddit thread really put things in perspective, because people were really in our corner, standing up for us in the comments, saying like, I love them, like they're good for fans, like they're fans first, which is what we started this for, man. When we started this, Avery, I could never in my wildest dreams imagine it to be this big, ever, dude, ever. And now we're as big as we are now. People are stopping us for pictures. Like, for example, in Chicago, I had a listener, Jason, shout out Jason, sent me a video, or he was getting autographs from the Jays players, and he started screaming Gate 14 forever to Jano. And Jano was like, let's fucking go. Hell yeah. And then just a massive section of people just started being like, I love Gate 14, started chanting Gate 14 forever. And we weren't even there. It's just the little things like that. So we're forever grateful. Not to get all smushy here, but it truly is. It truly is breathtaking, to be honest with you. And like I said, it's given my life purpose when I was in a bad spot in my life, and Gate 14 forever. That's, I mean, I have it tattooed on me. I don't know what more I could really say. I'm in this shit for life. So
Yeah.
thank you to everyone, man. Everyone that's listening. If you're listening or watching right now, or follow us on any socials, we appreciate you guys. Speaking of that, Avery, you have a giveaway announcement for the Instagram you were going to drop on Friday.
Yeah, so we're on the road to 10K on Instagram. I mean, that's the next milestone I'd like to hit. Be grateful when that happens as well. So we're gonna do a City Connect giveaway. I'm gonna drop the graphic on Friday when we get all the pictures from tomorrow's dropping of the City Connects. But we'll be giving away a City Connect jersey. So you'll just have to follow us on Instagram and like
it
the
has to be a
post.
Gate 14 list. It has to be a Gate 14 friend of the show jersey.
No, you can choose whatever you want. I'm not
No,
gonna
I think it has to be.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not telling you to pick Schneider, but
we'll figure something out. So I'm gonna make an Instagram post. What's our Instagram? Grade 14 pod,
Gate
probably.
14 pod. Gate 14 pod.
Yeah. So you'll have to like the post when I put it out on Friday and follow us. That's the only way you'll be entered to win. And there's an off day. The next day we'll probably draw it that podcast night, and we'll drop that here. So yeah, City Connect jersey. Get yourself one. Enter in the giveaway, and we will do that.
It's just us saying thank you. And I'm really excited because so I have been kind of spearholding that again. Johnnyism. I don't know if that's spearheading. The ticket giveaway we've been doing, I've actually been paying for it out of my own pocket, not to be the humble brag guy, but I've also had some help of some of the Blue Jays employees. So I'm excited this Saturday. The guy, I'm not going to say his name, but I quote tweeted it. His son is obviously like struggling a little bit, and obviously wants to pick me up, so I decided to pick him for the jersey, for the tickets. They're going to Saturday's game. He mentioned his son wants to go to the City Connect. He said 2 tickets. I think I might have given him 4, just because he said he wanted to bring his son's friend. So I said I'll try to get you 4. So I'm excited to see the pictures of that, man. I love doing this stuff. I used to go to games when I was a kid, and I love giving back to people that are deserving and haven't really had the pleasure and the luxury that you and I had growing up to be able to go to a lot of Blue Jays games, especially with how expensive it is to live in Canada. So I'm excited for those pictures. I will be picking the winner for June next week for those tickets as well. Just a heads up, because obviously we have been doing that. That was a big giveaway idea we had at the start of the year, and we're going to keep it going towards the end of the season. But let's go into some baseball stuff.
We still have some City Connect talk to do.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. City Connect.
I would.
Yeah.
I love talking about the uniforms.
Yeah.
So no one has been wrong about a leak ever in City Connect history.
We should have knew it. Ave.
Like, every time we've seen a leak, they've just been correct. Like, we have to think the Dodgers one is what theirs is going to be as well. So
yeah.
We finally, today was pretty funny because Thomas Hall, he tweeted out that he saw something about the City Connects and no one's going to be happy.
An insane tweet.
Yeah.
I love Thomas Hall, but that was one of the most absurd tweets.
Yeah. Just say, tell the news you have.
Or just don't tweet it.
Yeah, no.
So I did this. Don't tweet it.
I did the subtweet fight thing. I obviously wasn't trying to be a dickhead.
Yeah, no, it's the funny subtweet.
Yeah. So we saw Lids employees got their hands all over these uniforms and are the ones who leaked them. So
yeah,
Lids is owned by Fanatics. Fanatics is the ones who make the MLB jerseys. Makes sense they'd have them day one. I think a lot of outlets would have them day one too. But very funny. We got to the day before. The leaks are very similar. Insane how much purple the Jays have been wearing, and it's just not going to be on the jersey. I think they'll wear purple accessories with all their stuff.
Yes.
I think that's what it's going to end up being. But my final thoughts on the jerseys, think I like them a lot. Every time I think about the hats, I like it even more. The jersey, I'm neutral on. It's not my favorite thing in the world. Think it can work really well on the field and look really cool.
I was sold, and I tweeted it once I saw the Vladdy picture, the one, like the Photoshop. I think they're sharp, Ave. I think they're really sharp. They could have fucked those up way worse, dude.
Yes,
way worse.
I have a couple things. The CN isn't going to look like the CN Tower from a source, I say, because you have to pay for the likeness to use the CN Tower, and that costs a lot of money.
Yes.
So if you're concerned why the CN Tower doesn't look that way, then I would like to fight back and say maybe you shouldn't have used the CN Tower for it
Yeah,
if you're not going to do
that's fair.
the real one. Yeah. So this is also what Chris Bassett told us. He said they were going to be dark jerseys with the same colored pants, right?
Yes.
Told us that a long time. So love jersey talk.
I think they're great. I really do.
People
I
seem
know
genuinely excited.
It is funny though how the human brain works. And I'm saying that because half of the response to the tweets are these are fire, must buy. Can't
Yes.
wait to get this in a Schneider one. The other one is Microsoft Paint. These are dog shit. Atkins fucks up again. It's like the human brain. It's just the fact that everyone is opinionated no matter what on each side is so objectively funny, and it will
fashion
never.
Fashion is even worse that way too. Like
Yes,
no one can
yes.
agree what they
We'll
think.
never come to it. We'll never come. No one will ever come. Like you could have designed the greatest city connect on the planet, and there would have been people that hated it. Like no doubt in my mind, there would have been people that hated it.
Yeah.
Like there is unreal city connects out there that I love that people would like body bag me if I said I loved them.
100%. Yeah. 100%.
Like,
I think they did decent job on them. We're gonna get the official release tomorrow night. We were talking to Davis and Ernie. They're having a team party. Sorry, not team party, a team dinner to celebrate as well. So it's a big day for the team as well. Love the hats even more. I think I should go to the Friday opening of all the merch at the store and see what they have. I love that T logo they put on the hat. Would love to have that on a hoodie or something.
I would like that in a. I wish they could put that on like a workout shirt, like the Nike workout shirts we have. That logo plays with a lot of that stuff. Like on a hoodie you mentioned as well. It's like really cool. I'm excited to see, and you mentioned this on the stream. I am excited to see the merch that comes with this.
Yes.
Like the hoodies, the golf shirts, the t-shirts.
Yeah, because I don't think I'm gonna buy a jersey. I'm not.
I might buy a jersey. I might buy a Schneid's one. And,
okay.
like, put it behind me here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see where it's at.
Good.
Yeah.
I think they've done a decent enough job. We'll see what the final ones are. I think the leaks have to be them, man.
No, it is. If they're at lids, they have to be, unless they're
100%. And they have all of the right tagging on them. They have Vlad's the number. We finally saw it all. So, City Connect weekend.
Yeah.
I would like to have a Linsanity run with our City Connects, like the Tigers
like
were
the
doing.
Rays. But the Rays are just
The Tigers weren't supposed to wear their City Connects as often as they were. They went on a 4-game heater in them, and they were just wearing them all the time. So I'd like the City Connects to go on a little run.
Yeah, 3 of those games happen to be against the Blue Jays. Next thing I want to talk about, tough conversation. We're talking about jerseys behind me. It just popped up in my mind. Eric Swanson sent down to AAA. I actually had a great conversation with him yesterday. I talked about it. I was like, I'll actually read the conversation because I'm sure he's fine with me doing this. Because it was actually a pretty cool conversation.
I'll say my part on Swanee too.
Yeah,
crazy start to this season, man.
Yeah, and people hating on him, man. The guy had like 25 holds last year.
Shut up. Yeah. 2 straight awesome seasons back to back. It's recency bias. He hasn't been great so far this season, obviously, and you see that getting sent down. I think Mitch White talked about getting a mental reset in Buffalo.
Yeah.
But he got DFA'd. It was a little bit different. Took his time and then figured some things out there. I think this will be good for Swanee. Like, he's a major league pitcher. We don't have to worry about him not being back. The stuff played a little bit. I thought Avila was good on his stuff for a couple outings there in a row to get the splitter down again. I think it's a couple simple tweaks. We'll have him back in running here, man.
Yeah. So this is I reached out to him. I said, "You'll be back, brother. You're a fucking dog. Never forget that. I got your back until I'm 6 feet under." He goes, "We will be good. Go down and get to work. I'll be back soon. I always appreciate you." And then we just kind of kept talking a little bit there. Honestly, man, this is the personal side of the thing. I know people call us Roger Shills or whatever. I've actually gotten pretty close with Swanee. And it sucks seeing him obviously down, especially with what he dealt with the entire spring training with Toby getting hurt and him battling through injuries and not knowing when he's going to pitch next and all that. So tough situation for Swanee. The sample size of him being good is bigger than the sample size of him being bad. So I 100% trust Swanee will be back. I know he will be back, and I know he will be good again. And if you are in my mentions continuing to just go Swanee sucks, I'm not one to block guys. I'll just mute you. I just won't acknowledge your existence. It's very annoying when people blame us for our friends doing bad when we personally know them. So it sucks, but I hope Swanee gets it figured out soon, and we're obviously rooting for him. And once he comes back up, it'll be a massive bullpen bolster for this team, who definitely needs it with one of the worst bullpens in baseball right now. Not today, but one of the worst bullpens in baseball. So Swanee, we love you, buddy, and we know you'll be back soon.
We'll be back. We'll be back.
We'll be throwing our swans up very, very soon for you, brother. We'll be throwing our swans up very, very soon for you. Anyways, let's go into the games, Dave. How sweep it is, baby. How sweep it is. Just honestly, kind of a shit kicking from game 1 to 3. Did the Jays ever trail? I don't think they trail, Dave.
Okay. Game 1 did not trail. Game 2 did not trail. Game 3 did not trail.
So just from start to finish.
Yeah. So another funny thing, Chris Bassett pitching on Monday with not being able to move is insane. I forget what he said. He said he was opened up, so he felt like he was throwing.
No, so because you know how usually in his stance he's kind of closed.
Yeah.
When he pitches, he said he had to open it up, like open and tweak his entire throwing motion just to be able to throw strikes. And the guy went 5 innings, 5 hits, 7 punchies, no earned run.
It was crazy. After he threw 7 innings against them the week before and couldn't strike anyone out. They said they had plans in place if he couldn't even go. CB, man, he had the neck taped up after. That's a gutty performance.
He's a guy you just want to run through a brick wall for. If you're
I texted him after. If you remember a picture of Bobby Petrino, I forget what actually happened. He was the Arkansas football head coach at the time. I think he got in a motorcycle accident or something, and he is wearing a neck brace. And I sent CB that picture, and I said that's what he should wear on the bench the next day. He didn't wear the neck brace on the bench. Thought that would have been funny. What a gritty effort. You want to make your starts against the White Sox to get those numbers back. So I can't really blame him either.
Yeah, and ERA almost below 4 now for our guy CV. So he looked great, and some other guys look great. I'm loving Springsy in the 7-hole, Ave.
Do you get mad at John Schneider for saying the thing that they're going to pitch to him differently and it won't matter where he's hitting? And then immediately it just changed a little bit for him. 7-hole. He went to the 7-hole. First time in his career he had hit lower in the order than 6. And his first at bat, he hits a home run. It's like, we don't
John
know.
Schneider.
We don't know better than the guys in the office. We don't. We're not even close. I would like to think we do. We just don't. We don't even come close.
It's just John Schneider, though. Like, that one
seemed easy to us.
This could have been done so much much longer ago.
And that could have helped, and it helps everyone out. That's the thing. We're not trying to hurt George Springer by moving him down. We're trying to get him hot to help out, so maybe he can go back to his leadoff spot. Insane that it took for that long, but good for George to figure it out, man. We want him to get hot more than anyone. Like, anyone that can help this team win, we want good things to happen.
And he is above 200 now, which is a bright spot. I'm assuming his stats are way better now than they are then. He's looked fine. Like, he's been a great bottom of the order hitter. He's getting on. Him and IKF are the Bash brothers.
Yeah,
at the bottom of the order.
So Springer gets moved down. He was hitting 6 today, but he goes 2 for 3 on Monday, 2 for 2 on Tuesday, with 3 walks.
5 times on base.
And then he hits a double today. I mean, crazy. He has 5 walks in that span as well. It is the White Sox, but still, like, you need those series to get you going, to get get your season started in the right direction. So thank God it happened, man. I'm happy for him.
And I love George Springer. I know we've been hard on him, but like we love George Springer. We want him to be good.
100%. And
Like
we'll
he's a
say things
that's
like, "Oh, he's a pumpkin. He's playing shitty." It's never a slight to any of the people. It's just things aren't going well, so we're gonna react.
yeah. I know we don't say they are a pumpkin. We just say they're playing like a pumpkin. They turned into a pumpkin. Like,
I think we
which is,
say
if
that
you look
they
at the
are.
stats, that's true.
Yeah,
Just wasn't hitting.
you know,
And
they're bigger than their stats. One of the things I want to talk to some of the guys about is how they deal with struggling, because I know when I played, like we're no good, played college. If I had a bad outing, it would ruin my whole week. Like
I wouldn't talk to anyone. I would be
Yeah.
on the bus. Like I remember, like I'd have a bad game. I'd go like 0 for 4 with 3 punch outs or make an error or not pick a ball. And I wouldn't talk the entire bus ride back.
Yeah,
Like I would just be like 3 or 4 hours dead silent.
that's the toughest on the mental. It ruins everything, like family life too, I'm sure. So it'll be interesting to see someone who like kind of figured that out. I'd love to talk and kind of pick their brain about how those things are going.
Yeah. We can ask him. We're doing the Gate 14 dinner Sunday with Schneider and Erndog. So
Yeah,
that should be fun. Maybe we can ask him.
I like that.
Because Schneider went through a little bit of a lull last year, then figured it out. But it still blows my mind the Toronto Blue Jays did not play Davis Schneider in the playoff push or in the playoffs. They played Whit Merrifield and Espinal.
Hats off to them.
Hats off.
Great play.
Analytics
So
side
another
bet.
thing from Monday, Bo Bichette's just getting hot. He's doing the thing where he's hitting baseballs 5 inches off the plate, hit over the first baseman's head, just hitting everything. Bo's an awesome hitter. Can't believe it took him that long to figure things out.
And folks, he has figured it out.
Yeah.
He looks great. A guy that was really struggling. He wasn't putting good swings. He was doing the thing where he swings at pitches outside of the zone, but he doesn't make contact with them when he's struggling. Now he looks great. I will say this, Avery, not to pat us in the back. We have always said Bo Bichette will figure it out. Like we have never.
I don't think we deserve a pat on the back for thinking Bo Bichette.
No. We never roasted him or we're down on him. We just said like Bo Bichette will figure it out. He's going through one of the law. Like he's just struggling.
Yeah. Okay. So since the start of the White Sox series on May 20th, I'll go through his game log for how many hits he had. May 20th, 4 hits. Then he had 0. Then 2 hits, 3 hits, 2 hits, no hits, 2 hits, 1 hit, 1 hit, 2 hits. Bo's just doing his thing again, man. Special hitter, great contact skills. It's been awesome to see Bo as well. And then we get a 9th inning legacy at bat from Davis Schneider, right?
Yeah, it's a 2-run home run. Schneider's just he's been incredible, man. I mean, he got player of the game yesterday. Hits that home run to kind of add insurance and take it off the bullpen.
Oh no, the home run. Okay, I was thinking, the home run.
The home run was in the 9th. 2-run home run to make it 5-1.
Yeah, that was on Monday.
Yeah. But I know you're talking about Bo Bichette, but let's take a little deep dive into Bo Bichette. For all the people that said, "Oh, trade Bo, trade Bo, trade Bo." Last 15 games, Bo Bichette hitting 367, 397 on base percentage, and a 533 slugging. This guy was going to figure it out sooner than later. That's just what he does. Bo wakes up and just rakes. And obviously we're seeing it now. And the Toronto Blue Jays are stringing together wins with Bo Bichette figuring out the plate, and Vladdy also looks good too. So these are the top dogs that have to be top dogs. And seeing these two guys do this at the plate and start getting hot together is going to be a massive part of this team, hopefully turning what was a horrific start to this season around. And I
like
think
his season weighted runs created plus right now, John, is 91. He was at 60 not too long ago.
Yes.
251 average. The slugs not that above average right now, but he's gonna be fine. If you're worried about him, I think there's a lot of power still to come from him, and maybe we don't. It's been a tough start. We don't get to 5 wins. He was a 4-win player last year. Maybe we get to 3-5 with a bad start, but I think he can still finish 115 weighted runs created plus 120.
Yeah.
Bo goes on Linsanity. He goes on the hottest of hot streaks. So hopefully we're in the midst of
one. We saw
Bo
Timber 2 years ago.
We did see Bo
I love Bo Bichette. Obviously, we've met him a couple. He rocks. One of the best.
Yeah.
But let's go into yesterday's game. Kevin Gossman turning into a little bit of Marco Estrada. 3 strikeouts, just putting balls in the air. Didn't have his velo yesterday, but still looked unbelievable. This pitching staff, the starters have been great. The starters have been great this season. Kevin Gossman, 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts. They pulled him fairly early, though, Abe, at 90 pitches.
Yeah. So we saw when Schneider went into the dugout, you could see him ask, "Hey, do you want to keep going?" And then Gosman, they ended up saying he's not going to go out again. So maybe just feeling shitty. Hope it's not injury worries because this starting pitching has gotten awfully thin again with what happened today.
Well, Yariel and Bowden had a really good start his last time out in AAA. And
Yeah, I think he was at
Yariel,
I think he was at 4 innings though, Bowden still.
yeah,
So he's not pushed a crazy amount. Uh, yeah, I mean Kevin Gosman, anytime he goes out there and pitches and he doesn't strike a ton of people out, it's different. Like the swing strike rates have been down compared to last season. Love watching him pitch there and go out and battle
he
again.
just figures it out.
Yeah.
He just
It's
figures
just a
it out.
fun pitching staff to watch, man, day in and day out. And it's nice to see them get some insurance finally. Like,
Yeah.
get
Speaking of
them to
that, I mean,
win.
let's look at the top of the order. I mean, David Schneider, 4 for 3, Jano, 2 for 6, Bo, 1 for 5, Vladdy, 1 for 5. Uh, David Schneider rocks. I'm not saying that because he's our guy. He is simply
No,
such a
someone who's
massive.
not our guy, who's kind of rocking right now, Isaiah kind of fucks, and he fucks a lot.
Oh, IKF fucks.
He is.
IKF fucks. David Schneider's been great. We could just keep tuning the horn. I mean, he's been one of the best hitters in baseball since his call up.
Yeah.
137 weighted runs created plus or 139 weighted runs created plus since he got called up. Just unbelievable stuff. And he is a massive part of this team. And I like him in that leadoff role. I really do. I think
Yeah.
he's been a great addition and having George Springer in the 7. But let's talk about that guy you mentioned, Avery. The bad man. Malakaliki Maka, IKF. IKF is on. He's just Avery. The best way to describe him is how old men, when they're watching baseball and they're just talking about like just ball players, IKF is just the steel toe boots, hard hat, take my lunch break at 12, leave it at 12:55 because I don't want to be late type of player. He's gritty. He's grit.
Yeah, his
Fucks.
numbers have been really, really good. And his big thing is a big, big increase in pull percentage. So if we want to tell, it's a fun thing to do to yell at the hitting coaches that they told everyone not to pull the ball anymore.
Yeah.
But Isaiah Kiner Falefa on the season has a weighted runs created plus of 110. Is that good?
Is
Yeah.
that good for a guy that's making $7.5 million? Yeah, that's good. And
Yeah,
giving you gold glove defense. That top of that glove is gold. That patch is gold, folks. That's a gold patch, my friends.
Okay, I was wrong. Pull percentage, it's line drive percentage. Ground ball percentage is just gone. I fucked that one up. My apologies.
Yeah.
Ground ball. I knew there was one big change in his hitting profile. So his career ground ball percentage, 52.7%. Isaiah Kiner Falefa during his career was going to hit one of every 2 baseballs on the ground. This season, 41.2%. He's hitting way more fly balls than his career. Career rate of fly ball percentage, 26.0%. And this season, 34.4%.
Yeah.
Hard hit percentage is 5 points below his career average. So it is very weird how this is happening. Maybe we can look at a little barrel rate, something like that. But Isaiah Kiner Falefa, the ball is finding him and he is making plays. Every single time a right-hander was pulling a baseball to third base, IKF was making a jumping catch or just doing something good. Kirk screwed him today out of some bases, which was funny. But IKF has done everything and more. One of the gems of the free agency market.
Yeah. And let's talking about IKF. Last 7 games, he is 10 for 26 for a 385 average, 467 on base, and a 808 slugging.
Yeah.
In his last
8-game hit streak he's on right now.
8-game hit streak.
And it's baseball. We know these guys, like at some point we're going to say, oh, IKF shouldn't even be playing baseball because there goes to ups and downs. But he's been an awesome player to this point.
I'm an IKF truther. I'm an IKF truther. But yeah, shout out to IKF, dude. The guy has just been as advertised. 7.5 million, just a ball player, just an absolute ball player. But you were talking about Kirk. I'm not being hard on him when I say this. He is the worst runner, the worst person to ever have on the base pass in MLB history. Today, he stole a single from IKF, a double from IKF, and a sacrifice fly from Davis Schneider. Who would you rather have on the base pass, not Horan Kirk? A lawn gnome, a toddler to crawl to home plate, me, and I'm very slow. It blows my mind how bad someone is on the base pass. And he is a great defensive catcher. Great defensive catcher. Steals strikes, great framer. But my God, watching this dude on the base pass is my personal hell. It really is. It's insane, Avery.
Okay. Based on StatCast sprint speed, which is feet per second, there is 16 slower runners in Major League Baseball. Can anyone here believe that?
No.
There's a Toronto Blue Jay who is slower feet per second than Alejandro Kirk. Do you want to guess who that is?
It's Vogelback.
It's Daniel Vogelback. I'm going to name players that are slower than Alejandro Kirk sprint speed per second, feet per second.
Okay.
Okay, we'll start at 16. Miguel Amaya, Elias Diaz, Willie Calhoun, Jose Trevino, Tucker Barnhart, Chadwick Tromp, Anthony Rizzo, Daniel Vogelback, Rowdy Tellez, Tristan Cassis, Wilmer Flores, Jacob Stallings, Omar Narvaez, Mike Ford, Martin Maldonado, and Yasmani Grandal.
I would pay millions. Tristan Cassis is slower than Alejandro Kirk.
They have him.
How is that possible?
Like just feet per second. The home plate to first base numbers are slower. For him.
I would pay $1 million to watch Alejandro Kirk Vogelback 60-yard dash toe to toe. Let's see the two big dogs go at it. Let's watch the David versus Goliath of slow runners. Let's do it. Make it right. But yeah, IKF's
just
gets sick.
The problem with Kirk, and it's him just being on base because he's hit well as of late. Can you look up Kirk's stats kind of last couple games? I think he's been good at the plate. He just seems to be in the wrong position every fucking time when they need to score a run. Davis hit a pop up to center that I think anyone else is sent home on, and Kirk didn't score, and then they don't score the run again. It's just worst place every single time, it feels like, for him.
So Kirk in his last 7's hitting 273. I guess that's like the only
yeah, you'll take that. Nothing spectacular.
Yeah.
But he's been good. And today he had 2 ground balls for hits that just found the hole instead of finding people. So that's the game of baseball.
Yeah, that is. But great win today. IKF legacy game. Again, he got a double and a single stolen from him from Alejandro Kirk with the fielder's choice up the middle. The line drive at the middle that scored a run. But
the worst news
IKF was great.
The worst news of the day.
Alek Manoah being out.
Alek Manoah gets pulled.
Elbow
soreness. And guys, let me tell you, how much good news do you get when you hear elbow injuries in baseball?
If this is a true circle, none.
Usually about none. Starting like Alek Manoah, are you fucking serious, man?
Slowly, just kind of been like showing.
Was great. Highlights. He was great today for his.
He was great today.
God damn, that's just bad for everyone involved.
Well, surely Ricky T is ready to come up.
Yeah, or Yariel's been healthy, or I guess Bowden's the next up. Like you piggyback him. And Richards, maybe.
Oh, the Silver Fox today. Snaps and claps. Snaps and fucking claps. The Silver Fox today was remarkable, Avery.
Yeah.
Like if you watch him, he was probably in right field, just mucking it up with the boys. Probably had a dip in.
He had his sweater on, sitting on the bench, weighted balls in hand. I don't think he was doing anything with them.
Yeah.
And then he had to figure that out. So my thing, I was talking to YJ's it's like Trevor Richards has great numbers on everything, except he seems to give up a back-breaking home run every outing to kind of fuck up his overall numbers. Great induced vertical break on his fastball. Like, it shoots up. That's what it looks like. Whiff rates on his changeup. He's throwing it 64% of the time. They're great as well. And then the overall numbers sometimes just aren't very good. So Trev's got great stuff. And when he can use it well, and his changeup's thrown, people can't hit it. It's awesome to watch.
Yeah.
And we got to give decent enough flowers. Zach Pop's been pretty good as well. Romano today, wish he didn't give up that home run so we could figure it out. Jimmy, after blowing it, decent, great outing again today. So let's hope the bullpen can gain some momentum and we push on against Pittsburgh on City Connect weekend and we continue this little win streak.
I'm squatting on a reactionary take that I want you to talk me out of.
Yep. I can usually do that.
I think I'm ready to put Yimmy in the closing role right now.
Okay.
Romano's ERA is like 7.
Romano's gonna pitch anyways. I don't. Well,
maybe
why?
I'm being reactionary.
For sure. I mean, Jimmy's numbers are insane, and Jordan Romano has a 6.5 ERA. It's not a crazy thing to say that maybe the other guy should be closing, but we're gonna trust Jordan Romano.
Okay. How many more runs and appearances would he have to give up for you to be like, okay, let's maybe switch some things up and like let's take some.
I think we've got to talk about blown saves than runs given up. Because
today was
okay. Let's do Jordy's thing.
Like today was 94, Abe.
Yeah, that's more of an issue to me than what's going on. Because as again, YJs will always tell me I don't want to watch Jordan Romano pitch when he's throwing 95. When he's 98, he's very untouchable. Okay, so this is an insane number. His home run to fly ball ratio on the season is now 22.2%.
Oh my God.
Last season, 9%. The year before, 6.5%. The year before that, 12.5%. So relievers numbers kind of fluctuate based off how many home runs you're giving up. It's easy give up the runs right away. So like his left on base percentage as well. Career 81.1%. This season, 71%. So it's just things aren't going that well. We can find a way to keep the ball in the yard. These numbers figure themselves out.
Yeah,
and he's a great closer as well. Can these numbers be affected if you're striking people out? Absolutely. Like you don't have to worry about the home run to fly ball ratio if no one's making contact and you're just striking people out. So
yeah,
Jordy, think he's going to be okay like everyone else. But again, another guy who had dealt with some injuries at some point. Brian, this bullpen gets right.
Yeah, I'm with you there. But yeah, great series. Great. Back to 3 games below 500. Let's get back to 500, huh?
Why? Hey, John.
Why not us?
If we sweep the Pirates, 500.
Yep.
That would be pretty.
Pirates.
We do have to face the Orioles for 4 games right after, but let's sweep the Buccos. You miss Jared Jones. You miss Paul Skeens.
That's it.
Gotta get it. Gotta get it done.
Like that's it.
Series win has to happen. Would love to continue and sweep.
Yeah. So let's go into pitching matchups here before we send you guys away. Barrios Falter. Keller versus Kikuchi. Keller's good.
Yep.
Mitch Keller versus Kikuchi.
I think they're really, really bad against left-handed pitching.
And then on Sunday, we have our man Seabass going up against, they don't know yet, hasn't been announced, but because the doubleheader today, probably they haven't announced it yet.
Well, would that not be Martin Perez, maybe? Is he healthy?
Who pitched for them? I think because the doubleheader, all things are fucked up for them right now.
Yep. All right.
Like it could be, yeah, I don't know. J Sweep, come on.
I like
J
that.
Sweep.
Oh, Perez is headed to the injured list. Okay.
So it might be a bullpen game Sunday for him.
All right. I'm fine with that.
Let's go sweep.
Would love a sweep, man. Let's do it.
Let's go sweep. Jays take 3. Great Bassett day on Sunday. Shoves, Barrio shoves. You got the 3. Listen, 1, 2, 3 in the pitching rotation right now going for you. Barrios, Kikuchi, Bassett. This rotation's so special, man. Honestly, it pisses me the fuck off that this team's 3 games below 500. But that's besides the fact. Let's enjoy the weekend, everyone. I have a golf tournament Saturday, so we won't be streaming Friday, Saturday.
I'm gonna go to Boiler Room Saturday as well. So if anyone's there,
yeah, everybody's going to Boiler Room, which I wish I'd be
up?
going to, but I can't. I have that thing. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Everyone that ordered hoodies and t-shirts, they should be going out late this week or early next week. The merch guy was on vacation, so he had to like get all that stuff done.
He didn't let us know that.
Did not let me know that. So if we will get that stuff out for you. I've been on his ass trying to get it. So just every merch guy just sucks. Like that's just the harsh reality of it. It's just impossible to deal with. But we love you guys, man. Thank you for everyone that's ordered. Gate 14 forever. Let's have ourselves a weekend. We will talk to you guys Sunday night before the infamous dinner with Ernie and Davis. Love you guys.